Hello everyone, it's Jeff again. Today I would like to talk about something that I have never seen in any of Gabriel's videos or Kevin's rambles or the Wandering Ponderer or any other of the British people that I watch their videos. I've never seen a drive-in. I'm suspecting that there are very few drive-ins. We, on the other hand, have quite a few drive-ins, and this was the very first drive-in, the Texas Pig Stand. It was open for a short time and they decided they were going to expand, so they opened 4 or 5 more. I think they're down to only 1 or 2 now, but they are still around. The first one opened in 1921. I freely admit to having sampled their wares, and I can tell you it was alright, but there is much better barbecue drive-ins. This, my friends, is Soul Man Barbecue. There's about 5 or 6 of them around Texas, and they are incredibly good. And I can prove it because I took pictures of my lunch. A&W was one of the first pioneers in drive-ins. They're still around and they're pretty good. XXX Root Beer was one of the early pioneers too. I think there's only 2 of them left. There's one in Indiana and there's one in Issaquah, Washington. Sonic was an early pioneer also. This is one of the first ones from Stillwater, Oklahoma. They have really good breakfast sandwiches, but their food is not anywhere near as good as it used to be. This is the drive-in that intrigues me almost more than any other. It is the Red Rabbit in Duncannon, Pennsylvania. It's usually only open on weekends and they close completely over the winter. But when they are open, people line up clear around the block, and their food is good. This is Miner's Drive-In in Yakima, Washington, which is where I am currently at now, and it is unbelievably good. I will prove it with pictures of my lunch. Next up we have Dick's Drive-In, which is in Seattle, and some people swear it's the greatest thing on earth. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it about a 6. The other cult favorite is the Varsity in Atlanta, which has the distinction of being the largest drive-in in America. I've eaten here a few times. It didn't really do that much for me. We have lots and lots and lots of chain drive-ins. This is Jack in the Box. It's okay, but it's nothing to write home about. The sad one is Carl's Jr. 40 years ago, it used to be really good, but now they are terrible. Which is amazingly sad because there's a lot of them. This is Dairy Queen. They started out in Minneapolis, but they are mostly in Texas now. Gabriel Avalon would go crazy because of their milkshakes. This is a drive-in in Murdo, South Dakota. It is only open in the summer, and every time they have the rankings for the best hamburger places, it always ranks in the top 30 because it is very good. This is the Dairyette in St. Paul, Minnesota. It is a knockoff of Dairy Queen. It's kind of an oddity in so much as that it has Italian food, but let me tell you, it is very good. This is the Little Crow's Nest Drive-In in Montecino, Washington, my hometown, and 40 years ago, this place had the best hamburgers there ever was. But I'm sad to say that it doesn't anymore. It's okay. And I'm sad to say that most of these old drive-ins have almost car shows on the weekends. People dig out their street rods and go to the drive-in. And I am guilty of that. I used to go to the Dairy Queen in Seaside, Oregon in my first car. I would give a shocking amount of money to have that car back. This is Bob's Big Boy Restaurant. There used to be a lot of them in the 60s and 70s. They are mostly all gone now. I am old enough to remember Arctic Circle. There used to be a million of them. And they used to have a chicken named AC. They would have a man in a chicken suit dance in front of their restaurants. It was really quite funny. I am also old enough to have lived in a town that was a test market for Kentucky Fried Beef and ham. And it was very good. I tell people this all the time and they don't remember it. I leave you with the video proof, and their ribs were quite good also. There used to be a lot of burger chefs. There was literally hundreds of them. They're all gone now. I'm sure they got bought out by somebody else. It's kind of sad because they were good and they were cheap. I leave you now with Brahms, which are all over Oklahoma and Texas. And they have absolutely incredible peppermint milkshakes. I have not the words to describe a peppermint milkshake on a 100-degree day. Thank you for putting up with my nonsense. Stay well, everyone, and I will see you again.